Ha 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 ha! It's ours. We're doing. Yeah! My fair citizens, Sodium City, we have Eerie Contract. Eerie Contract. Now, what is Eerie Contract, you might ask? So, we are going to use Liliana's Contract, which many of you may not know about, and you probably shouldn't. So, Liliana's Contract. When Liliana's Contract enters battlefield, draw 4 cards, lose 4 life. This is kind of bad. It's 5 mana in and of itself. It's not really that great. Then, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So that's actually kind of cool. It's only 4 or more demons. It's not that bad. However, most demons are either really expensive or not that great, or a combination of the two. So this kind of sucks. It's just like something that just sits over there forever, right? And then the other thing that we have is Arcane Adaptation. This is kind of like the combo with it, right? So Arcane Adaptation, as it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and the ones that aren't in the battlefield. So creatures in your graveyard, ones in your library, etc. So basically, when Arcane Adaptation comes into the battlefield, we're going to name demons. So then all of our other creatures are demons regardless of what they are. So our creatures are going to be things that end up putting cards on the top of our library into our graveyard, being like Stitcher Supplier, Glowspore Shaman, I don't even, all those creatures. We have like 2 of each. Now the reason we have 2 of each is because obviously we want to have different ones for Liliana's Contract, because you have to have 4 unique ones. So we have like a total of 5 or 6 unique creatures. And then what we're actually utilizing is Eerie Ultimatum. So Eerie Ultimatum is gonna keep it in our hand, kind of hidden as much as possible, but that's not always gonna be the case, and I'll show you why later. So Eerie Ultimatum, return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is really interesting because basically all of our lands, since it's kind of like a 4-color deck, all of our lands are like completely different names. The only lands that we have that are similar are the triomes. So we have 4 of each of the triomes that fit the colors, and everything else is basically completely singleton. So it's kind of funny. But then the rest of it is just like various creatures of 2-ofs, so that if we get something in the graveyard, the chances of another one being in the graveyard is a lot lower than it normally would be. So we're running a bunch of those, and the other way of getting a lot of stuff into our graveyard is going to be through Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. Tamiyo, amazing planeswalker, one of my favorites. Her passive, which is also very powerful. Unfortunately, you can't get her out until like turn 4. But spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to discard or sacrifice permanents. So this is actually really, really cool. And then she has the +1 of choose a non-land card type, then reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. So basically, whenever we +1 Tamiyo over here, we're going to be like, burp, burp, doing a little +1. Was the worst. +1. We are always going to search for Eerie Ultimatum or any other spell. We're not going to try to find a permanent ever. Very, very rarely will we actually look for a permanent. And it does have to be non-land permanent, so you have to keep that in mind as well. A lot of times if we're looking for a land, you will have to -3 to get one out of the graveyard. So her -3, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. And this also really works and helps with Eerie Ultimatum. So a lot of times when you're milling, like if we're playing Tamiyo and we have to +1 to try to find a Wrath of God or something like that, you may mill in Eerie Ultimatum into your graveyard and you need a -3 to get it back later. That's always a possibility. So we're going to do that. And then obviously we need to have Mastermind's Acquisition as kind of one of our finisher spell type things. So again, Liliana's Contract, it checks at the beginning of your upkeep. So it says at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So it's at the beginning of your upkeep. So basically you have to have the creatures, which we'll all get back from Eerie Ultimatum, because we'll Tamiyo, plus get a bunch of creatures into the graveyard. We have the creatures that all put creatures into the graveyard. We're then, again, getting Eerie Ultimatum, bring everything back. The good thing about this, the Eerie Ultimatum and Tamiyo, is that eventually we'll get to the point where we have Omniscience into play. So Omniscience is an enchantment where you can play everything for free that's in your hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Tamiyo. We're going to -3, get an Eerie Ultimatum from the graveyard, bring it into our hand, play Eerie Ultimatum, get back another Tamiyo into play with however many creatures, whatever else it is. And then we're going to mill, because the creatures will automatically mill stuff. Again, they have to all be unique. So things are going to get milled, and then we bring back a new Tamiyo. We're going to Tamiyo -3, bring back an Eerie Ultimatum, cast Eerie Ultimatum for free, mill some more stuff. Basically try to do that as much as possible until the entire deck is gone. And then we're going to cast Eerie Ultimatum. We're going to cast Mastermind's Acquisition. Mastermind's Acquisition is really cool because you get to put a card you own from outside of the game into your hand. So this is basically where we get our finisher card, our other finisher card, the card that really actually allows us to win, because obviously if we pass the turn and they have a board wipe, we lose, essentially. So we get Chance for Glory. Now, again, we're going to have Omniscience on the battlefield, so casting red and white is kind of irrelevant. We also have a couple Gift of Paradise, so we can use, or we can cast red spells anyway. So, Chance for Glory. Creatures you control gain Indestructible, which is also good, but irrelevant. And then you take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So basically, at the end of our turn, we're going to, after we do all this shit, we're going to have 4 creatures on the battlefield. And then we're going to Chance for Glory. And it's going to be really cool. We're going to have a super awesome animation. It's going to be all sorts of different colors when it comes into play. And then we're going to take an extra turn. And then it's going to be our turn again. And then Liliana's Contract is going to go off, and we win the game. We also did this with Discontinuity, which Discontinuity, it basically exiles whatever's happening and then ends the turn, which effectively forces it to be our turn. The thing is with Discontinuity is that it gives them an untap step. So if they're a control deck, they're then able to counter your spell, which I didn't even think about at the time. I don't know why I didn't think about it at the time. So we ended up just going with Chance for Glory because we never wanted to give them a chance to even untap or counter in, worst case scenario. It didn't even matter. On the other hand, we do also have Jace in the sideboard. Now, Jace makes it to where if you were to draw a card and you have no cards in your library, you win the game instead. This is also an alternate win condition in case they're playing Ugin and they end up exiling all of our creatures or something of the sorts. So you can actually still win without, and that's also pretty cool. Overall, the deck is fun. It pops off, and when it does, it's freaking hilarious. I love it. It's a deck that I have played in the past, something kind of like this. Liliana's Contract and Arcane Adaptation, as these cards are very bad. I do not recommend these. You can play the deck without these, put in other cards. I used to run this with like a Fall of the Thran and a ley line, the black ley line, to exile all their stuff whenever it goes into the graveyard. And that actually helps a lot more because it protects all your stuff. And it's just so much more fun. So much more fun. And again, since you're looping everything, we'll go into that some other time. There's videos on YouTube for that. But again, it's an interesting deck. It's super fun. It went about 50-50. It's just a very odd and weird combo deck, but it's fun. You know what else is a very weird, fun combo for some reason? Subscribing, hitting the bell notification, and even liking the video. It's actually really fun. I don't know why, but it's super fun. I mean, you get notified 7 days a week when these videos come out. It's a cool combo. Highly recommend it. No wild cards needed either. And as for yesterday's comment question of the day, I asked you, if you were to be printed on a creature token, what creature token would it be and why? Here are your answers. And if you want your comment featured in these videos every single day, 7 days a week, answer the comment question of the day every single day in the comment section below. All right. Yeah, we went down to 1 Masterminds. Nice. All right, don't get 2 more life. Do not get 2 more life. He got 2 more life, didn't he? Definitely got 2 more life. There they are. It's like, where did my wraths go? Ruined Halo. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have Underrealm Lich next turn, which is great. Maybe I should have Languished? I'm actually not sure.
Are you sure about that?
Good enough for me. That's fine. That is fine. Command the Dreadhorde and the Wanderer is funnier. I do like Command the Dreadhorde and the Wanderer, yeah. I'm gonna keep this one in my hand just in case. Mono white deck plays 2 pacifisms. All right. Target player. Target player. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get my Eerie Ultimatum back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. I need a Liliana's Contract and an Arcane Adaptation in the graveyard. Okay, there's one. So now I'm looking for a,
Seek and find.
I want it in the graveyard, so I'll just look for another Eerie Ultimatum. Demon.
I am Tamiyo. It is an honor to meet you.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
No tail should be discarded.
Is this an end step?
The new data.
Upkeep. Target player, sure.
The storied past holds our future.
Yeah, I can mill them out, but why would I do that? Why would I want to do that?
Why? Why? Why?
I mean, technically I can just win this way too. You know what I'm saying? It's not as fun as Liliana's Contract. Hit 2 pacifism? I know, right? And again, I know we could have... maybe we should have just tried to win with Liliana's Contract. We know that they couldn't have done anything because they're a mono white deck. So maybe we should have just let it happen, right? Probably should have just let it happen. just rebuy Mastermind. We can mostly, yeah. Sweet. Don't have a green source. Get to Wailing Ghoul. I would like to Glowspore Shaman because yeah. Try to hit a land drop. Great. Beautiful. Wait, that Ajani that lets you refill your hand is pretty good. Why is no one playing it? Yeah, 6 CMC is pretty expensive. And it's only the top 3, I believe. And it's top 3 and it's non-land permanents. So not only do they have to be not lands, they have to be permanents. Yeah. We haven't really gotten any lands, so we should get to the... We have a 49% chance to get a land right now. And even... Yeah, Extinction Event for even is actually really, really good. I wanted to Wrath just to get that Stitcher Supplier out, but... I don't really like to exile my shit, but... I will if I have to, motherfucker. I will if I have to. Some nice Bob Ross swamp in the yard. Damn straight.
Like the phases of the moon. Like, I know it is somewhere.
I thought about down ticking to get a land, but just wish they were full art. That would have been cool. Triple black. Gonna need a green. No, I have green. I needed a white.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
I can get a 3/3 Sharky Boy, which would suck. Or Brazen Borrower. I don't get a whole lot back. Well,
I have become too involved with my work.
we already have one in the graveyard. I think this is useless in our hand. I think it's... I think that was a waste of mana. Maybe it was just hopeful that they would counter it. Maybe they'll use a bounce on it. Maybe. In Modern, I only run 4 basic lands, so I have to choose between Full Art or Bob Ross. That's funny. Did you get the Bob Ross arts from the Secret Lair? Try to get some more permanents in that graveyard, shall we? The 5 others? Yeah. Okay, so it was smart not to Wrath. I chose to stick with Full Art. So after it was spoiled, I became disinterested. Ah, Simic Flash. A person of culture, I see. Dude. I've needed 1 land for like 4 fucking turns. For literally like 4 fucking turns. Maybe more. It's probably still streaming strong, I see. Dude, I need to get a deck that works.
Hell yeah.
We don't have Omniscience in the graveyard.
Beyond perception.
And if they have another counterspell, we are the fucked.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, it may just be too late. Took us down to... Dude. We went down to like 20 cards before we got a 7th land. Okay. Okay. Um...
forgotten.
Either ults or he minus was 5.
More data will be needed.
Silence. Power without wisdom
That is terrifying.
Bitch, I'm scared.
of the fool. Ghostfire, my greatest creation.
Beautiful. That one.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
I have to. Yeah, I mean. Unfortunately, I have to win through Jace.
Follow the tracks of the wise.
I'm sorry, chat.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
This is all just, it's a matter of give and take.
I could have killed him, but I didn't know if he had a third one in his hand. I was at like 2 HP. One copy of Fall. I had one copy of Fall. Aether Trade Winds, Haphazard Bombardment. Yeah. In like a previous version of the deck. Fiend Artisan for some board presence. Board presence isn't really what we need. I mean, it's not the worst idea. But again, I don't know what we would take out for it. It's a pretty tight list. I would rather have a Fall the Thran than a Fiend Artisan. Fall the Thran makes more sense because it helps us with our combo for an entire turn. It makes it so Liliana's contract can like guarantee go through. An opponent's turn and win. True. True. You get that from Sideboard. Big brain. Remind me after this game. Discontinuity. I like it. Gonna need an untapped land because I want to play my tomato. Why are we so hung on winning with contract? Because that's what the deck is. It is a Liliana's contract deck.
Let us have a storied battle. Let me aid your vision.
That's why. No white sources. That's bad.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Fuck, that's our third Eerie Ultimatum. Holy shit. Oh my god, they're gonna kill my... Wait, they can't. Oh, fuck, they can. I have to assume they can. Shit. But I have to kill it next turn. Oh. Obviously, they kill it. Yeah, all three of our Eerie Ultimatums got sent to the graveyard by Tamiyo. Okay, that's only one. They went face. They go face again? I have to get an Eerie Ultimatum before it dies, but we have literally 0 white sources. We need 2 white sources. As we mill 2 white sources. We need 2 white sources. We have 5 mana, but we need 2 white sources and then we're fine. Seems like it's a J stack. Nah, it is no longer a J stack.
The storied past holds our future.
They have Genesis Ultimatum, right? We're like potentially dead. I don't have an Arcane Adaptation. Oh, that's funny.
To the library.
I don't think they have any exile effects. We didn't mill our Omniscience, so that's quite unfortunate.
Strange
7 damage. Please don't have another Nissa? Oh, that won't matter. Fight Night? Is it Fight Night?
the ground you walk on.
What's up, Toast Smasher?
Our time time together is finished.
Ooh. It's pretty good. Demon.
The moon looks intriguing.
All right, let's just mill you for funsies, because why not? Because why not? We're going to get our masterminds. I did not order that properly.
My ancestors.
This is actually now a problem. Need to kill that angel? I know. Or I can just Overwhelming Splendor. Okay, they didn't go for the kill. Not just Extinction Event kills my Lich, which makes me draw out, which makes me lose the game. That's why I don't Extinction Event. Should have just Jace. Jace makes it so I can't win with Jace. What are you guys talking about? Well, I guess I could have Wrathed. I could have Wrathed, right? Jason Wrath, right? That's what I needed to do. I guess I wouldn't have lost, because I had one card. Well, this is a fucking problem.
My strength fades. Seek and find. never forgotten.
Luckily they didn't get the Omniscience. I guess it didn't really matter at this point.
Manipulation.
Oh,
How you play the hand you're dealt.
Jesus. Okay, it was close. But discontinuity would have made that not close, right? Ah, J-Stack, no. It will be. I mean, it can be a J-Stack, right? Okay. This isn't bad. Actually have quite a lot to choose from, although having Omniscience in our opening hand is not good. After our first Eerie Ultimatum, we're usually able to just cast it, so I'm not super worried about it. Just put in a tap lane. Yeah, tap lane's fine. Gotta see your beard is my goal. Awesome. I'm glad you have a goal. Those are important in life. All right, 3 lands off the top. And another one? Did not expect a ram through in an elf deck. Did not expect a ram through in an elf deck. Dead next turn? Not quite. Doesn't matter. Kind of wanted that Languish. Nice top deck. Do not like that many Eerie Ultimatums in the graveyard. Nobody expects the Arcane Adaptation. At least I don't think they would. You take those. I could use some life. Yes, I could. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. I mean, 2 more lands and I just get a fucking Omniscience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just getting untapped land. Is my only untapped land? Oh no, I got one here. Okay, don't go the fuck off. Please? Okay. We did actually put discontinuity in Sideboard, right?
I don't know.
Right?
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
Like I did?
I follow the tracks of the wise.
I did, right? Ha 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 ha! It's ours. We're doing. Yeah! This is it. We're doing it. We're the greatest. We're the fucking greatest, chat. The best Liliana's contract deck you've ever seen, ever. For absolutely no reason at all. This is so fucking janky. This. Really surprised. Never seen Reed Duke play this deck on main stage. Me too, Danger Moose. Me too. Feel like I should sub purely based off that. Really, yeah, that's pretty janky. Where's the list for that? Exclamation mark deck. I need to get the bot set up for YouTube. But I will paste it in the YouTube chat. If you want the deck list, it is in there. Mulligan.
Oh my god! Wow!
The fuck kind of deck is it? It's a Liliana's contract deck, obviously. Stupid question. It's not a Jace deck. It's a Liliana's contract deck. Shut up. I have no idea how we beat this deck. Oh, we have Cleansing Nova. We have a single Cleansing Nova and Recursion. Take that. Just hope he doesn't win turn 4. I mean, it's looking pretty close. It's looking pretty close to that turn 4. Tomato. Okay, Cleansing Nova. Off the top.
I noted this.
Although it does kill our thingamabob. We have an Omniscience. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more lands. The chances of us getting 2 turns? 0? Oh no. You tried playing Demonic Pact? I think so? Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I did not do that in the right order. That was the time I did not do that in the right order. But we can still Tamiyo minus. It's fine. Do we have another Tamiyo in the graveyard though? We do, okay. If they don't win, I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds, right? Yeah, them having Chromatic Lantern and the Relic is kind of weird. I agree.
No tail should be discarded.
Did you not play a deck like that for a while? Not like, wait, are you talking about like this or like theirs? Like this, we haven't done a version with Liliana's contract. Opponent, let me attack you. Thank you. Do you play Paper Magic? I don't anymore. I used to. I spent like way too much money. Yeah, I played one kind of like theirs, but I didn't use the relics and lanterns. Because Foreskin Monument, it's whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, you get an additional colorless. And Chromatic Lantern, it's tap add 1 mana of any color, so it forces you to do a color. You can't tap it for a colorless. And the same with Skyclave Relic. It does? It adds the color tap ability? I don't recall that. Does it? Charizard James. Dude, we are just about to possibly win with this cool shit. You ready? Actually. But yeah, shout outs to Charizard James, but also Goose Gang. We're doing a Liliana's contract deck. All right. Oh no, the lands do. Yeah. No, the lands do. Yeah. It's the permanents, the Chromatic Lantern and the relics. That's what I was talking about. Five head. Dude. Demon. We're the demons.
Every story is an opportunity.
I'm the demon. It is I. I need to stop making the shaman go last. I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm doing the old contract. Don't give up. Don't give up. Opponent, don't give up. Opponent, do not give up.
The storied past holds our
You must let me do it. You must let me do it. Discontinuity end their turn. And then we win. No, it triggers at the beginning of our upkeep. So we end their turn. so that we win. Perfect. Why discontinuity over any other take another turn spell? Why not? I mean, is there a reason not to? I don't. Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, we going here, Strider. Come on. You didn't really think that I was that type of person, did you? Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you were even a little bit entertained by this video, please make sure to let me know down below. And if you have anything that you would like to see next, go ahead and leave that there too. And make sure to check out my live stream 5 days a week, every day except Sunday and Thursday. Stream times down below.